He approached me to destroy my mother but fell in love when he found out I was her gay son. He kissed me for the first time the night before he tried to ruin my family. I let him. It was stupid. I knew it even then, standing under the soft golden light of the art gallery, champagne burning down my throat, his cologne already threading itself into my memory like a slow, dangerous drug. He leaned in, said something I can't remember anymore, and I laughed. Not because it was funny, but because I was terrified. Julian Wexler, he said that night, offering his name like a weapon sheathed in velvet. I should have recognized the surname. Everyone in New York's political scene did. But I was drunk on rebellion and maybe on him too. I was the son of Cynthia Maddox, the iron-fisted senator with a PR smile and a moral compass that turned conveniently south when power was involved. She was ruthless, revered, untouchable. And Julian, it turned out, had every reason to want her obliterated. But he didn't expect me. I wasn't supposed to exist in the plan. Just the quiet, artsy, invisible son who curated gallery shows and kept his queerness unspoken at fundraisers. But Julian saw me, and Wursa listened. The first time he came to my studio, he stood in front of a half-finished oil painting and said, "You don't paint what you feel. You paint what you want people to think you feel." I hated him instantly, and then I let him come back the next day. It was the kind of slow-burn seduction I didn't think existed outside of film. He didn't touch me for weeks, just questions, glances, late-night texts, and I, fool that I am, gave in. I told him about my father dying when I was 9, about how my mother shut me out after I came out at 16, about how I curated art not for love of beauty, but because I didn't know how else to say, "This is me. Look, please." He looked, and then he used what he saw. The morning everything came crashing down, I found a manila envelope on my doorstep. Inside documents, emails, photographs, my mother's ties to shell companies, illegal donations, offshore accounts. All traced, all mapped, all leaked. By Julian Wexler, the man I had kissed, the man I had let into my bed 3 nights before. I went to him, shaking, not even bothering with a coat. The January cold bit into my skin like punishment. He answered the door like he'd been waiting for me. "You lied to me," I choked. He didn't flinch. "I didn't lie. I just didn't tell you everything. Don't do this. Not like this. Whatever, she didn't make me collateral damage." He stared at me then, really stared. "You think this is easy for me? I didn't plan on falling in love with the enemy's son." The world tilted. I almost laughed. "You fell in love with me?" "Yes," he said. "And it's the worst fucking thing that's ever happened to me." I didn't believe him. I wanted to punch him. I wanted to kiss him again. Instead, I walked away. Weeks passed. Headlines exploded. Senator Maddox accused of corruption. Anonymous leak shocks Capitol. Political empire on the brink. I didn't answer her calls. Didn't go to the hearings. I stayed in my studio and painted until my fingers blistered. Everything hurt. Julian disappeared. Until he didn't. He showed up at the opening of my first solo show 3 months later. Clean-shaven. Pale. Like he hadn't slept in days. "You don't belong here," I said, heart pounding. He stepped closer. "I didn't come for you. Then leave." He didn't move. "I came for the truth. You deserve it." "Which truth? The one where you used me, or the one where you claim you loved me while doing it?" He looked down, his voice a whisper. "Both." The silence between us throbbed. Around us, people sipped wine and admired canvases that bled with pain. I sighed. "You destroyed everything." "I know. She was still my mother. And I'm still in love with her son." It was the first time I saw him cry. We left together that night, not holding hands, not kissing, just walking side by side into the cold. He didn't ask me to forgive him. I didn't offer it. But he came back the next day. And the one after that. It wasn't a fairy tale. We fought. He panicked every time someone recognized him on the street. I stopped speaking to my mother altogether. But he never lied again. One night, months later, I woke up to him sitting at the edge of our bed, watching me. "What?" I asked, voice rough with sleep. I wish I'd met you before I became who I am. I reached for him. You still can. He curled into me like a question looking for an answer. I held him like I knew it. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.